Hi, this is Brad with Copper Creek Cuts, a lawn care company in Northeast Florida. Since I had my Ventrac shirt on, I figured I'd make a quick Ventrac video. I've been getting ready for the work day tomorrow, sharpening blades, switching them all out. But pulled the Ventrac out for a quick video. Now, most of the 4000 series Ventracs, if I'm not wrong, and I could be, had storage, a little toolbox in this side console, mainly because they moved the controls from the dash to the operator control station, you know, right next to your fingers. There's just not enough space anymore. The wires that run to all the accessory lights, this is a light bar I put on, but you know, if you decked out all the accessories, the wires and cabling that are now running through this thing, there's just no space for a tool storage box, you know, of any kind. So for a long time, what I did was actually, I have a diaper bag. It's almost 10 years old that my dad and mom gave me whenever we found out we were having our first kid. But the diaper bag fit perfectly right here. The strap would go around the seat there and it would dangle just perfectly there. That's where I kept my water, my cameras, you know, any little tools that I needed. That is one of the negatives of the 4520, is that there just has not been any storage for those little things that you have to have. Until now, of course. Now, there are two options for you. This is the small toolbox mount. One thing I want to make clear real quick. These ammo cans that you see, they're made by Flambeau. Flambeau is the company that is going to be making the ammo cans for Ventrac, but because of all the COVID craziness, they're behind. So this sticker, this is not an official Ventrac product. I just slapped a sticker on there, right? So again, these cans will be the Ventrac cans that you can get that are made by Flambeau. They just aren't available yet. These mounts are available now. If I'm wrong, I'll put something up on the screen, but to my understanding, they are available now. You can order them. I'll also put the parts numbers in the description. But the idea is they fit these Flambeau ammo cans. Then you've got a notch here and another notch here that you can run a bungee cord through that will keep this ammo can in place and won't let it jump out. You also have a small tray here that's angled down so that if you wanted to, you could put your smartphone. There's also a large toolbox mount that fits right here, and I'll show that to you. So this is the large mount that goes on the back of the machine, and this is the large toolbox or ammo can that goes on it. It actually is big enough that it includes a little drop-in tray. And then when you flip this closed, here you have a small toolbox on top. So you've got two tabs there that I keep locking because I'm doing it one-handed. And then you've got a very shallow tray for, you know, maybe screwdrivers or something. You could fit some crescent wrenches in there, you know, a couple tools like that. Tabs on each side that will let you strap down your toolbox with a bungee cable. When you get these kits, they come with a spacer block. That's the big black metal thing you see. They come with 2 U-bolts and 4 nylock nuts, and then of course the mount itself. You can see here we have the mount, the spacer, the bar, the ROP system, and then your bolts and your nuts. It's very simple to attach. The large one, a second set of hands is nice but not necessary. It's a 9/16 or a 14 millimeter seem to work. The 9/16 has the littlest bit of slop. The 14 millimeter is really tight. I don't have the Ventrac instructions with me, so I don't actually know which one is right, but those two should work fine. So if I'm in the seat and looking over my right shoulder, yes, this does absolutely block some of your view. Whether or not that's going to be a deal breaker for you, I can't say. I just realized I don't know if these are compatible with the winter cab. One thing it can do is catch vines, depending on, you know, if you're going right up against a brush line. I have had some vines grab a hold of this. Nothing bad has happened so far. For me, has not been a problem. This will go low enough to block your drink holder. Again, it depends on what size cup you have, right? If you've got a real tall cup, you're not going to be able to use it anymore. If I needed to undo this one, I can get access to this from the machine. So, you know, maybe extra water, first aid kit, whatever you feel like you need to have right where you can grab, no problem at all. This is what it looks like from the rear quarter. And we're just going to loosen these up a little bit. Let's see if I can just walk it down a little bit. There we go. So that's as low as it goes. There is, you know, 3 fingers now of clearance. You're definitely not going to be able to use this. It would likely interfere with one of your switches here. So I don't know why anyone would put it this low, but again, you can. Now I will say you have a lot better sight line. If you didn't have the canopy, I don't see any reason why you couldn't take this and mount it even up here in this little straightaway section. I've got a lot of brackets that I can't because of this canopy system. So both of these are pretty heavy. This one is especially heavy, so I'll show you me doing it by myself. But again, if you've got a second set of hands, it's going to be much easier. Real quick, you can see how this metal spacer matches up with the profile of the actual mount. So there is a right and a wrong way to put this on. Remember not to let go of it when you get to this stage too, because it will slide right down and smash into something. And I'm curious, if you're somebody who owns a Ventrac 4520, what do you think of this answer to the storage problem? Is this something you would invest money in and, you know, buy, or do you find your own solution? Do you use something third party? I'm interested to know if you can answer in the comments what you use for storage. I've got this canopy system that's going to limit my placement. I still don't see why you couldn't go higher up and have even higher, but at least for me, this is as high as I can place it, and that's what it looks like. If I'm looking over my right shoulder, it doesn't block anything much. If I'm looking over my left shoulder, well, you can see my trash can tripod, but yes, it does block some view of your over the shoulder left behind. And then, now this is the lowest that you should be able to run it. That definitely solves your sightline problem. Whether or not it's gonna work for you is up to you to decide. And as we're quickly losing light, let me go ahead and measure these things for you so you know how much storage space they have. On the large toolbox, your tray looks to be, let's call it 1 1/4 inches deep, and at its longest maybe a foot wide. The inside tool tray is 2 inches to be completely safe, but 2 1/4, 2 1/2. It looks to be 12 1/2 inches long and 6 1/2 inches wide. If you decide not to even use this, then you open up 7 1/4, 7 1/2 inches of storage space. Deep, 12 1/2, 12 3/4, 6 1/2-ish inches of space in here. So this is a very sizable box. Unfortunately, our smaller one is indeed smaller. We are 9 1/2 inches wide, 9 1/2 inches long, about 6 inches deep, 4 1/2 inches wide. Now these ammo cans are a little weird because they taper. So the last thing I'll give you is the actual measurement of the mounts. Ooh, looks like 9 5/8 inches long. It's very close to 5 inches wide. And then our back large mount, that is going to be 12 5/8 by 6 3/8. So if you needed an alternate ammo can or you wanted to use your own can for the time being, those are the measurements you need to pay attention to. All right, I got the nighttime lights kicking on, which means it's time for me to go eat dinner and go to bed. But again, let me know your thoughts on this storage system. And by the time you're watching this, I'll probably be working. But for now, hope you enjoy a beautiful evening. And I'll see you on the next one. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it.